is Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to listen. Like, we're involved right now. It's crazy, it's loud, it's hectic. We're in New York City, but I want you to listen to No Holds Barred Network.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 7 of the All Elite podcast right here on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all WWE, NXT, UK wrestling, and now you're home to the All Elite Wrestling. Guys, go follow the podcast on Twitter at NHB Network. Make sure you are following that Twitter account for all network updates. You can also follow the podcast on Twitter at All Elite Pod for all Elite Wrestling podcast news, and when we are going live right here on youtube.com/NHBWR. And make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the little bell icon to let you know when we are going to be going live every single time. We will be popping up out of nowhere, just like the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes are currently in the Indies. Yeah, guys, welcome to episode 7. We are also available to listen to on the go on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, and now Spotify. Yes, we have made it to Spotify. So if you are a Spotify member, you can check us out, No Holds Barred Network. Search us up in the podcast section. Make sure you're hitting follow, and then every episode of the podcast with our exclusive All Elite coverage and also some retro WWF podcasting, current NXT podcasting, and UK podcasting. Everything is up on there right now on Spotify, and again, everywhere else available for you to listen to us on the go. I'm your host, as always, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and CEO of the No Holds Barred Network. And I'm always joined by my co-host for the All Elite podcast, the beautiful Tiffany Loves to Dream 82 on Twitter. What's going on, Tiffany?
Ooh, I'm excited!
Why?
I'm sorry. The hype is real. The hype is real. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's not like anything happened today. Oh, wait! There was a rally.
Was there?
For Double or Nothing. All right.
Oh, my.
Wow. What a rally indeed. Guys, welcome to episode 7, the official Double or Nothing rally review. We also got some news that we'll feature at the end of it. So first and foremost, we are going to be talking about the rally. If you guys missed it, go check it out right now. There was an awesome rally promoting Double or Nothing. A lot of new people and a lot of people that we are already talked about on the show that was rumored to be for AEW made their appearance tonight, especially the big one at the end. And a very interesting thing happened at the end of the rally, guys. You're not going to want to go miss that. So if you missed it, go check it out. Also, the recent episode of Being the Elite is up. I was able to catch it today. Interesting episode. I love the whole beginning of the episode was hilarious with Billy Gunn and Christopher Daniels in the office there with Hangman Page talking about his full gear. Nonsense, and that was funny. That was great. That was a good way to intro that video. And then the whole thing at the end with Kenny Omega and
oh my god, that was so
and one
funny.
of the Young Bucks
With the Resident Evil.
And he's talking to his tablet. and someone yelled today, like when Kenny Omega's like, but most importantly, someone's like, you found your phone.
It was great. It was great. I love that whole conversation that was going on with that.
That's just so he's holding his like iPad. I'm going, oh my god, this is corny, but I love it at the same time.
It's great. It just.
And then did you notice like when the one Young Buck member, I keep forgetting their names. I'm so bad with names.
That Nick. Come
on. But who was that answered the phone?
That was Nick.
Okay, Nick. So when Nick answered the phone, the ringtone was the iPhone ringtone, but he picked up his hotel phone. I'm like, so hotel phones have the iPhone jingle?
Oh my god,
And
it's
it
great.
was-
Oh wait, we gotta stop for a second because
Okay.
we have the wonderful Salrex in the chat who's made our beautiful layouts, guys. Please go give him a follow, go check him out. He makes beautiful layouts.
Yeah,
So
see this
love.
whole thing, this whole shebang here, and this whole down here with the AEP logo and all the dudes here. This was all him. Awesome graphic work, guys. He does graphic work for a lot of good podcasters out there. So if you guys want some graphic work of your own, hit him up on Twitter. I'll make sure to leave his Twitter handle in the description below after this is done for you guys. He is the wonderful provider of this awesome layout. So Salrex, thank you for this awesome layout. Way better than the one I had designed.
He's a beast. He's a beast. And actually, me and Kyle have been talking. We're gonna make some merch. So that's gonna come eventually. So stay tuned for future.
We're toying with merch right now.
Yes. So.
T-shirts first.
Yes.
And then you'll
Go ahead.
you'll be able to get your official toilet seat handle or seat cover of the All Elite podcast soon enough.
What?
I don't know. Like, I was trying to think of something like a random piece of merchandise, and all I could think of was toilet seat cover.
Sorry. Finance? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Wrong podcast. Anyway.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's give some love to our chat before Kyle fires me live on the channel. We got Blue, we got AEF Fandom, Datila, Brandy. Who else was? Craig was in here. I saw Jerome. Cupid Girl. What's going on, guys? Thanks for showing some love. Craig versus the bear merch.
That'd be a cool design. You see just Craig and the bear in a cartoon
Yes.
form wrestling each other. That'd be great. Yeah.
We'll also be taking phone calls, so you guys can I guess.
Anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
We don't have a specific time for you guys to call in. Just call us anytime. Interrupt us whenever you want. So
we also are on Facebook, and I created an Instagram.
That's right. I always keep forgetting. I gotta write this down.
Kyle.
I gotta feed that into the intro. I gotta make like a script for this intro. But yes, guys, we are also available to follow on Instagram, All Elite Podcast, and also Facebook. So if you don't Facebook and Instagram, I mean that's it's really your choice. But if you don't, in 2019, I mean, that's your choice. I'm not gonna judge too much. But if you do, give us a follow. Give us a follow. Everything helps. Everything helps in the podcast. And again, if you're on YouTube, hit the like button and also hit that subscribe button. The subscribe button lets us know that you are following, listening to us live, especially that bell icon. That's when you know we're going to be live, because you never know whenever we're going to show up. You never know when the Young Bucks are going to show up anywhere. You never know when we're going to drop a podcast. So
we got Little Monster and Grace. Welcome to the chat. And we got Jack. What is going on? See, it's a beautiful thing. Us being on Discord as well. So it's the Girl Squad Discord. Discord. I can't talk today. Oh, here we go. But yeah, add us on Discord. And then you can see all our information on there and who goes live as well.
So yes, episode 7, cleverly named Double or Nothing. Big rally today for the upcoming pay-per-view in May. And this is kind of like a pool party rally, because I was wondering where this rally, because I knew there was a rally and I didn't really look into like where exactly it was. And for some reason in my head I thought it was going to be outside, like or inside the MGM, like they were going to do it inside the arena, but it was outside, like next to it at like the pool resort area. Yeah, they had literally everyone like surrounding it.
Yeah, that's like the pool side of the MGM hotel out there.
That was interesting. That was different.
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty different. Luckily, nobody got in the pool, I guess.
I was hoping for a rest. I was waiting for someone to get power bombed into the pool. Like, were you? Was that not in your head at all through that whole while? Like, okay, who's gonna be the guy to powerbomb who into the pool? I thought it was gonna be Jericho to powerbomb Omega, or Omega to powerbomb Omega, that segment into the pool. Like, come on, that's just gotta happen once. How did this not happen? How did not one person go into the pool?
I don't know. Like, it would have been perfect with like the.
Is it that cold? Like.
See, they don't know cold.
Yeah,
okay?
they don't know cold.
To me, Kyle, about cold.
Come
all
up
right?
here to Canada. I'll show you cold.
What's up, Michael Chow? How are you?
My other podcast brother, the host that runs the West Coast. He is my co-host on the other show, guys, the next podcast where we talk about mostly NXT and a little bit of the main roster, but really not much to talk about the main roster. So we kind of focus more on NXT. So if you guys are into that NXT kind of thing, make sure you check out the next podcast. We'll be going live on Saturday night this week. I haven't figured out a time yet, but it will be tweeted out on the podcast channel and also the network. So that's why it's important for you guys to follow network on Twitter, because that's where you're going to get all your network updates. Everything will get retweeted and posted on there. But yes, the rally for Double or Nothing was amazing. Really, really good start to it, too. We started off with...
Well, they started a little early before you go into the whole thing with MJF. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So he had to come in, talk his smack. So, well, speaking of that, did you see on the Being the Elite with Cody that he replaced Marty with the shade, with the picture of MJF?
I did. And
he hung it up. And then Brandy was like, what are you talking about? Like...
The one thing I want to point out on Being the Elite, I don't know if they did it on purpose, and it was very, very small. Not all the people kind of, I think some people seen it, but they're like waiting for someone to say something about it. When they're going through the hallway at MGM there was a poster of Brock Lesnar and somebody else, and they kind of like, when they're going, they kind of stop for like 2 seconds. They kind of like almost look like they're going to zoom on Brock Lesnar, but then they kept going. It's like they were going to, but they're like, oh, should we do it? Should we not do that? Should we stir the pot now or should we wait? So, but it had a poster of Brock Lesnar and someone else. It was like a UFC fight poster. So, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. But, yeah, that Being Elite episode was hilarious. That was great. That was really good. They had also shown Matt Nick Jackson talking about, like, when they were first at that arena way back in the day watching a wrestling match, and then now they're here, like... they're doing like according to them, a 20,000 seat or 40,000 seat, but and then Cody's like, what do you mean? It's like 14,000. Like, every wrestling company rounds up now to make it look better.
Matt was saying, yeah,
taking a shot at WWE for what they do. So that was pretty funny.
I love all the shots that get like taken with WWE. It's like subtle, but it's there. It's like pa-dum-bum. So
no SpongeBob performance during AEW. Okay, I was kind of pissed about that because I was actually looking forward to unwrestling related here, but the Super Bowl halftime show, because they're supposed to play Sweet Victory from the episode of SpongeBob when they did play at the Super Bowl, and they showed SpongeBob. Maroon 5 and whatever the hell his name is, Travis Scott, showed SpongeBob, but they didn't play the song. And I'm like, okay, that's a huge disappointment in my books. I didn't give a fuck about that after that. But really, like, was Travis Scott needed? Anyways, anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Back to the rally, the good shit, the rally. Let's talk about the rally. I thought it was a decent way to start. I mean, if you're looking at the whole rally in a whole, I thought it did its job at promoting Double or Nothing. It got you hype. We had a couple of announced matches for sure. So we have official matches named with Pac versus Hangman Page. It's all but announced. I'm pretty sure that the ending had to have been announced. Like Jericho and Omega are going to fight again. So that's basically it. The Young Bucks are going to face... most likely Pentagon Jr. and Felix. So like we have three already huge matches right there, and looks like the women's match is going to be interesting because they brought out Kylie Ray, and then this random girl comes out after. I'm going
Nyla Rose.
Whoa.
Nice.
Girl sounds.
She looks like me.
Okay, I can see what you were talking about. A little bit. I can see the little bit of resemblance, but when I heard her speak, I'm like, oh my god, this girl sounds literally identical to Nia Jax. Like literally, like I'm going, oh my god, like is this Nia? Like is this Nia? Is this the Nia of AEW?
Possibly. I don't know. Like.
She sounds just like
she's kind of like a bigger girl, and like I love the fact that you get in like all different sizes and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm excited. I think the cool thing is I don't know a lot of these names, and you're finding all these people from indie wrestling, and like so I'm really excited to see like what these guys.
Well, it's good because a lot of people, for some reason, think that they're not going to succeed unless they fill most of their roster with former WWE talent. I don't think that's really what they want to do. They want to use AEW as a platform for the indie people to be on that bigger stage at just like a WWE superstar would. So they're going to use AEW a lot more for those indie guys to have that creative freedom and to wrestle, but on a bigger stage and a live television stage like AEW that's going to have its own TV show and its own, like, I don't know if they're going to do monthly pay-per-views or once every couple of months, but, you know, like to be a competing company for them to wrestle with instead of going through the indies until WWE notices them and gives them a contract. So, you know, I think it's smart for them not to just load their roster up with former WWE people, because that's kind of what WCW did in a sense back in the day. They kind of loaded their roster with all the old WWF superstars, and you know, it worked at first, then eventually faded away. I really don't think they want to make that same mistake. I think that's for sure in the back of their heads, and they're smart. They're going smart about this. They're not going to go like full head of steam without thinking about it. So I think we're going to see some former WWE stars, but mostly a lot of independent stars that are well known out there. So
Right. But I think, like, especially with, I mean, there's like stupid rumors going around all over social media. Like, the best was The Undertaker. Like, come on. Like, I don't want to see that. You're old. This is like even what I was saying about Goldberg. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to see that. I want to live all that shit in the past. Leave it to the good memories.
That's the thing with rumors, because then I seen a rumor today. I know it's funny you said that because I read that 2 days ago.
Right.
But then I read a rumor today saying that he's officially put in his match for this year's WrestleMania to Vince. He's given him who he wants to wrestle.
Okay.
But it's not said whether it's a full match or an appearance.
And this is why me and Kyle are not going to WrestleMania.
No. I'll watch it on a television screen.
I'm not going. No. Not happening. Anyway.
So for the rally, we had, again, like I mentioned, that those three basically not really announced, or four not really announced matches, but basically matches are going to happen at Double or Nothing.
What about SCU, that they put out their challenge, their two best wrestlers from Oriental Wrestling Entertainment?
So SCU comes out debuting their new shirt, doing their whole promo spiel, and then and then they're basically there to promote this Chinese wrestling company who's taken off right now, and gave them a little bit of a promo and a little bit of a hype. They all got their turn on the mic, and then they basically issued the challenge: give us your two best wrestlers to face, you know, our team at Double or Nothing. So I think that has the potential to be a really, really good match. And you just think, like, you look at the stars that's come from New Japan and the Japanese wrestling, and that, you know, Chinese shouldn't be that far off.
Yeah.
A lot of great stars. They've produced a lot of great stars from, you know, like Kenta, Shinsuke Nakamura, Okada, Tanahashi. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on. Like, I can sit here and name a million more. Yeah. So for them to get this, for using AEW to promote other small wrestling companies like that are taken off, I think it's a really smart idea. So that was a really cool challenge by Christopher Daniels and SCU for a Double or Nothing. So that's going to be cool. I can't wait for that and to see what two superstars that they choose, so I can go in and kind of look at their background and see what we're going to be up against SCU. So that's going to be really cool. And we also had a cross promotion as well with AAA, and we had the AAA Cruiserweight Heavyweight Champion show up. And I'm texting Tiff during this whole rally. I'm going, is this guy 12? Like, what is this? Like, who is this guy?
Which one was that? The
Cruiserweight Heavyweight Champion of AAA.
Oh, okay. Sammy I can't even say it. God, I gotta get better with these names. Like, cool. I'm trying to get Nightbot in here. All right. Guevara. There you go. Sorry. Okay.
Screw Nightbot for a second. Nightbot can.
I'm sorry. I was trying to figure it out because it worked earlier in Craig's chat. So somebody else had pulled Nightbot and it worked.
Yeah. So he showed up and kind of cut his promo. He was cutting his promo. He's a very, you can tell he's very new to the promo game. The guy doesn't. He sounds like he's doing a good job and he's slightly improving. He sounds like he'd be a performance enhancement talent that would be like he's not going to quite be in NXT yet, but he's working on his promo work. He sounds very fresh to me. I
looked him up before, and he actually somehow worked something with WWE, and he did work with Impact, and obviously is in pro wrestling right now. So because I looked quick, because me and Kyle were like, who is this guy? And then like I looked him up, and he's actually 25 years old. So that's what I found out, that I said that he did work with WWE and Impact Wrestling before.
Okay.
So I guess I got to dig a little bit more. Unless you guys know in the chat, please feel free
guy's got a massive baby face. Like literally, he looks like he's 5. So he's gonna have a match at Double or Nothing. So
Yeah.
whether against who, we don't know. We'll find out.
Wait, there was one thing that we didn't bring up about like the whole that I thought was kind of cool with the Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. I know we're going all over the place, but
That's
this
okay.
is how we're gonna go today. But they said that they were gonna bring in like kung fu wrestling. So I'm excited because what's that?
Exactly. And this is what we were talking about in the beginning. AEW is going to be the alternative to WWE. They're not trying to copy them. They're the alternative. So they're going to bring new stuff to AEW as well. They're going to have the wrestling, obviously, and probably the NXT style matches that we're used to in NXT. But they're also going to be bringing a lot more new stuff to it to be an alternative. To be like, okay, I don't want to go from WWE to AEW and see the same shit. I kind of want to see some new shit on AEW. So that's why that's probably one of the things that why they're teaming up with these guys, because they said they're going to bring a kung fu style wrestling to AEW. So that's pretty cool. I remember them saying that as well. Yeah. I want to backtrack to Hangman Page and Pac. Hangman Page came out in regular clothes, not his full gear. Even though there was a 4-gear chant, and he kind of addressed it, saying like, I can't, guys. It's not. I was told not to, but I can assure you, at Double or Nothing, I'll be in full gear.
Yeah, that he said he was gonna get a gym membership, and
he'll be in the best shape of his life by Double or Nothing.
Like, okay, I think you look pretty good.
Yeah. No comment.
I'll have your babies anyway, but yeah.
No comment.
Sorry.
Anyways, so he gets interrupted via satellite. I love how they did that. I know that a lot of people are saying that it's a copy from WWE. No, that was another small hidden Easter egg shot at WWE for the via satellite thing, because they always do that fucking shit. So they kind of did it with Pac there, and it's funny that they did it with Pac because a former WWE star. And he cuts a promo on Hangman Page, so they're going to have their match. Both guys are basically making their case to be the first. They want to be crowned the first AEW champion. Won't happen at Double or Nothing, but I assume they want to crown I'm assuming they're going to want to crown their champion at like the first set of tapings, or whether they do. I'm pretty sure they want to do live. I don't think they want to do tape, so I'm sure they want to crown their new champion on an AEW episode, whatever the Tuesday or whenever there's going to be show is going to be at. So I think this is just going to be a match for bragging rights. So to see, when that time does come, they'll have the bragging rights over the other, because they know they're both going to be gunning for that major championship once AEW's TV show gets rolling. So they've both made their case to be the first. They want to be the first AEW champion. So in a way, it's like a number one contenders match, but in a way, it's not. But either way, still going to be an unreal match. Hangman Page, Pac, one-on-one with each other at Double or Nothing. So I can't wait for that.
So many good matches. Just
I know.
My damn money. Like, I can't. Like, I don't know which one to be like more excited about, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So Sonny Kiss was another one. Is a wrestler manager. He's signed with Lucha Underground. So he'll also be at Double or Nothing. So who,
Yeah, he went under something else, though, didn't he not? It was a different name. I'm pretty sure when you texted me, it was a different name. It wasn't Sonny Kiss. He had a different alias, because I think it confused people, because when they first said it, there was a lot of confusion from what I heard in the crowd. Like, it wasn't, everyone was just like, who? But then
going back in me and Kyle's messages.
But then they kind of looked at him and went, oh, it's that guy. So Tiff's gonna pull it up here and tell us what his actual alias is. Okay, here we go. It's under the name XO Licious.
Hi, thank you.
XO Licious.
Thank you, AEW fandom. You're amazing.
Yeah.
So,
thank you. So we do have a question in the chat from AEW Fandom. He says, "Do you guys think they will do Cody versus Aldis 3 at Double or Nothing?" See, this is what I was trying to think of throughout the entire rally, because I'm sitting there going, okay, so they're doing all these matches for all these people, but they didn't. When Cody came out, they didn't really do anything with him, and he the only thing other we saw him from was getting in between Omega and Jericho and separating that. Everyone else was a match, Why isn't Cody Rhodes have a match yet?
Well,
are we going to get that rematch for the NWA Championship?
We still have a lot of time. So May. So we have a lot of time that's going to happen. Michael Chow just brought in the chat. Diamond Dallas Page versus X-Pac. Damn, this AEW Double or Nothing sounds pretty good. First of all, I actually, since he brought that up, I actually had some news about that. So, because I had right on that. DDP won't sign with AEW. But because he has a really good relationship with WWE. He said, quoted, I think it was Meltzer that it was that he quoted, WWE treated me really good. I get to wear all of my own shit. DDP yoga stuff. They put up whatever I put up. If I put up, like, it was weird. I was like, what? As I'm writing this down, I'm like, this doesn't even make any sense. That they are also put 2K19 that him and Xavier Woods did at my house. That's hysterical, and they took it and they put it out there too. So I want to keep my relationship with WWE. It's for my business, So I don't see him signing because of that. Right. I mean, that thing is huge. I mean, even like all the other wrestlers, they're doing the DDP yoga. I mean, I think I saw somebody the other day from NXT was doing a workout down there with DDP. So yeah, I don't see him.
I mean, it's changed a lot of people's life. Like I've seen, there's a lot of success stories you can see from DDP yoga, and good for those people. But I knew he was going to be loyal to WWE. He's loyal to Vince. He's one of those guys. Even though he did come from the rival company back in the day, but ever since then he's been loyal to Vince. So I didn't think he was going to come over. But with Cody Rhodes,
Stardust.
What would they do for Stardust? Like, they're gonna have to find an exact replica of this guy. But maybe they're saving. Maybe this is gonna be a really big match. Maybe they're waiting to sign somebody.
Maybe. I mean,
maybe someone that's been throwing shade around at his former best friends. Maybe we're gonna get a Cody versus Marty Scurll.
Marty. Oof, it's getting hot here now.
That could be something. That could be, maybe it could, I can see them building a storyline off that. Be like, Marty's like, okay, you guys built this whole AEW thing. All the buddies are still around, the gang's still around. You guys are doing these rallies. You're promoting another All In, even though I was part of the first All In. Why am I not part of this one? So maybe he can do this thing where he has a vendetta against Cody, and then he has a match against Cody at Double or Nothing. Maybe this, he's the villain, so maybe they do something like that.
I mean, there's another shirt out. All my friends are dead. There's another shirt. They sent it to Kyle, but I know he didn't have enough time to put it up or whatever. But there is another shirt on the Pro Wrestling Tees. So in that case, Lesnar signing with AEW. Then Lesnar don't give a fuck about no loyalty except money and steroids.
We don't know. We don't really know because he's talking to 3 different companies.
Right.
He's going to be talking with Vince, he's going to be talking with Dana, and he's going to be talking with Cody about what he wants, basically what it is, guys. And I know I don't have the inside sources, I don't have the fly on the wall, but I'm telling you this is what's going down. He's going to go to all 3 of them and seeing which one is going to offer him the most money.
Yeah, Meltzer said that I believe that Vince will pay anything not to lose Brock because we seen it with UFC. I think it will be even strange with AEW. Brock's numbers are so high, but who knows?
And that's a problem too if Vince does that, because then that sets a bad message to everyone in the locker room that he bows down to Lesnar. And that's going to give the wrong impression to other people that contracts are expiring and saying, fine, I'm just going to do what Brock Lesnar did. And I'm going to be like, hey, I want to get paid just like Brock Lesnar. I want that amount, or I'm going to AEW. It's not good for business, if I can put it in that sense, for them to be doing that. And one thing that I think Cody can pull over Vince is he'll give Brock Lesnar full creative freedom if he comes over to AEW. Because obviously Brock really doesn't have anything to do. I think Vince does give Brock Lesnar creative freedom a lot in the WWE, but not as much as we think he gets. So I think maybe there's probably a lot of people, because I believe that the stories of him saying he wants to work with certain people in WWE, like he wanted to work with AJ Styles, they had a good match. He wanted to work with Finn Balor, they had a pretty decent match at the Royal Rumble. And he hates when he faces the people that he doesn't want to face, like Roman Reigns. Obviously, we saw that video of the 24 series where he fucking whipped the belt at Vince McMahon. So, like, you know, he didn't want to face Roman Reigns at that WrestleMania. Like, he gets those matches where he doesn't want to face people. I imagine he's going to see that with Cody Rhodes' offer and say, look, we're giving you the creative freedom. Whoever you want to wrestle, like, you want to work with this guy, fine. We'll create a storyline for you to work with this guy, and you guys can just go out there and do what you do. You know, have a great match. I think that's going to be the one pull Cody Rhodes has over Vince McMahon when those negotiations come around. The only thing Dana White has is that Brock's a fighter, ultimately at heart as well. He's going to want to get that love to go back into the octagon again and, you know, beat the fucking shit out of someone for real. So.
Just don't put any, if he comes, don't put any fucking belts on him, please.
Yeah, or you're never going to see it again.
Please, no belts.
But again,
no,
that also falls back to Vince McMahon. Because it's all with him. He thinks putting the belt on Brock and being disappeared makes the title better. That's, you know, Vince McMahon's freaking insane. So, anyways, let's not talk about shit. Let's not talk about that. Anyways, Cody.
Yes.
I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna guess and make a prediction that it's gonna be Marty Scurll. Either that, or I like what Phantom said in the chat. He brought up Aldis again in a rematch. So,
or will Marty Scurll come after MJF? All right, Kyle, think about it, because
I know. Yeah, that would make the most sense, but God, I just love my idea more.
Well, shit. Okay.
Well, shit. I'm going with my idea. Well, shit.
Anyway. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Jimmy Havoc joined AEW. This was all over social media. Yep. Was it yesterday? I think it was. So he's a British wrestler. He works for Progress Wrestling, with MLW and Insane Championship.
Very, very well known in the independent circuit. So that was a big signing for AEW. I'm shocked he wasn't at the rally and they didn't make mention of it. So I was hoping we at least get, like, you know, maybe someone mentioning it, like a Cody mentioning it or something. But I'm sure we'll most likely, depending on what's going on with him and his future negotiations and his future commitments, I'm hoping we see at least a Jimmy Havoc match at Double or Nothing. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens with him. But that's a huge signing to be with the company going forward. Huge signing, because Havoc is really good. I've seen, I think, one or two of his matches on YouTube. So, really good.
So, what was I going to say?
We got to talk about the big thing of the rally, because we can't
well,
run lose it.
Well, wait a minute. Before we go into the big thing or whatever like that, what about the whole Young Bucks and Lucha?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I kind of mentioned that earlier. I didn't go really full into detail with that. So we had the Young Bucks come out, basically, you know, do another promoting kind of thing, because, you know, as the people who basically started up AEW, they kind of cut a promo basically saying that they're going to they made another shot at WWE, saying like there's other companies out there that don't focus on, you know, tag teams, and there are tag teams out there that say that they're best, but we don't see them do anything. And then some guy goes like, "Fuck the Revival." And just, I know Matt and Nick wanted to do a reaction to that, but they kind of like purposely went stone faced to not do anything. I don't know what was going on with that. Which, from what I was reading in the live chat while that was happening, everyone's like, "Oh, stone face, like they're doing this for a reason." You know, Revival confirmed. You know, blah, blah, blah. Bah.
Yes.
Let's not believe everything we hear, people.
Yeah, the Best Friends came out.
Yes. And then Felix and Pentagon Jr. come out. Huge. That's huge as well. Because from what we seen before, this was only a handshake. I mean, basically, if they included the handshake in the All Elite episode, you know, it's all but confirmed that they are signed with AEW. Which I want to also want to say, being the Elite, the new logo, love it that they incorporated the All Elite logo into it. Looks really cool. Anyways, so now that I know they incorporated them in the last episode. with the whole handshake thing, and now they're showing up at the rally, basically signed. They kind of promoted them. Then they kind of got pissed, saying like, "Oh, you guys are saying that we're the number 2 team in the world, and you guys are number 1," and basically attacked the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking giant pile driver on the stage.
On Matt, oof! I'm like, oof, his neck. You know, they got balls doing this shit. Like,
so Young Bucks eating a shit sandwich there.
oof.
And
thank God they didn't go in the pool, like, because that's what I thought was good. I thought definitely that was.
And yes, in the chat, Jerome Walker brings up a good point. They also are mentioning about tag teams being asking the crowd, like, can the tag team match be a main event? And the crowd saying yes. So Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros, I take that as a main event, even though there's a lot of potentially good matches in this card that could be a really better main event. I would love to see a Young Bucks and these two go at it, just because of the skill talent alone between these two teams. They could put on an unreal main event, and I think a lot of people would appreciate these two going in as a main event. So who knows? We don't know yet. Hopefully they do bill it as a main event, or maybe it'll be a co-main event at least. But this is gonna be a sick match. I can't wait for the Lucha Bros and Young Bucks to go at it, man. That's gonna be dope. And I wouldn't doubt if they would be, the first contenders for the tag team titles that they use for AEW. So, much my guess I'd say Lucha Bros would probably be the first tag team champions. That's just my guess. Anyways, don't think anything else happened in the rally. Brandy Rhodes did the whole thing with, we went over with Kaylee Ray and what's her name? Nia Jax number 2.
Nyla Rose. But they also signed the Tokyo girls, Yoka Saka. Let me say
the zombie. So I was messaging Tiff, and I'm like, whoa, is that a zombie? Because either they put the contrast too high on her picture, or she's really that pale.
Sakazaki. There we go.
There you go.
Say that 5 times fast. And Aha Kong, if I'm saying it right. So, shall be very interesting to see what they got. So we're going to our main thing now.
The big thing. So it was on everyone's mind throughout this entire rally. Was Kenny Omega going to sign with AEW, or was he heading towards Mr. McMahon's WWE? So we everyone chanting Kenny. Then they showed the video of the timer finally reaching 0, and then they did the whole, like Tiff pointed out, the whole Super Smash Bros. Kind of screen saying enemy approaching. Foe is coming. And then obviously you had the Kenny Omega point. I'm like, okay, it's him. Different kind of music kind of threw me off, and I think it threw a lot of people off, because when it started, people were like, who? Because it wasn't this Terminator style music. It wasn't the Bullet Club music. So finally, when he came out, though, big pop and reaction. And it's official. Kenny Omega signs with AEW, and it's like one of those things, like, you knew 95% that he was going to be here. It's just like there's no way he was going to leave his friends on this huge opportunity to start a company like this. And I hope everyone saw it when he pointed out when he did his nameplate. He said it was vice president of AEW. Or was it executive vice president, something like that? So he's an executive vice president of AEW. So Kenny Omega officially with AEW, and he basically said in his little promo there that he signed the contract, pen to paper this morning. So it wasn't official up until this morning that he was with the company. So again, this huge, massive signing. He starts to ramble on a little bit, and then he gets cut off. And I'm going, oh, okay. Then listen to the music and go, oh my God, it's Judas. Like, I'm like, oh shit, Chris Jericho's here. So he's pissed off. He's basically pissed off because Jericho was the highlight of the last rally, and I think this is where they're going with this. And he was the one to say we're changing universe, and basically he's feeling that Omega's stealing his thunder, basically being the promo guy now. So he came out, wasn't really too happy about it. They had a stare down, and then they just start beating the shit out of each other. They get separated by security. Cody Rhodes gets out there to separate them. Jericho is getting carried to the back by a couple of security guards, and Billy Gunn, of all people. You can hear him scream, "You son of a bitch! I'm changing the world for this. I'm changing the universe." So, he's getting pretty heated that Kenny Omega is basically stealing the limelight here, and he gets pushed out to the back, and then Kenny Omega gets to do his final, his final pro. I guess I always call it a promo, but it's his catchphrase. And then we end the rally with that big Kenny Omega thing, going around handshaking people, signing. He actually almost fell into the pool. If anyone caught that, when he stepped into the little small area, he kind of tripped. And I'm like, oh, he's going in, he's going in, he's going in.
Nice little dip. So we get a little rematch of Wrestle Kingdom 12. Huh?
I wouldn't mind. That was a good match. It was a good match. So the Alpha versus the Omega 2. All right, double or nothing.
Let's go. Take my money.
That's a pretty. I see what they did there. Moment right there. Double or nothing. Second time they facing each other.
I like it.
I like that too.
AE Fandom said Kong is exactly what you think she is. The Samoa Joe of Japan.
Oh yeah. I said I was like, damn. I didn't think that was a woman. I'm sorry. I think anyone not including me, first glance, you're like, who is this guy? And they're like this. They're like, oh, she's gonna be an irresistible force. I'm like, who? But yeah, okay.
Girl, I wanted him to go in the pool to show off those fine abs.
Wow. Anyways.
Sorry, Kyle.
Anyways.
So what do you watch for chicks? A little bit.
So, I thought it was a pretty good rally. Did what it needed to do. Got you a little bit hype. They mentioned it twice throughout the rally that the website actually crashed for pre-sale tickets.
Ooh, we got a call.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the All Elite Podcast.
I'm in. I'm here.
We got Craig.
Oh.
Hi, Craig. What's going
Craig,
on?
The host of Near Fall News on the No Holds Barred Network. Guys, what's going on, Craig?
I actually returned last week.
Mm-hmm, yes, you did.
And I'm back again Tuesday. Hopefully Simon's here as well.
Thank you. Your CEO is pleased.
There you go. What is going on? What did you think of the press conference, the rally?
I thought it was good. Unfortunately, I wanted Jimmy to be there.
I did too. I was shocked he wasn't there. I mean, that's a pretty big signing for him even not to mention it.
I've seen 2 matches of his.
Mm-hmm. They didn't even mention his name during the rally. That's what I thought was shocking.
Well, I mean, there was so much stuff going on. So, I mean, of course, they're going to leak out stuff, I think, on social media and then save. But, again, we still have a few months before Double or Nothing. So, we'll see.
Didn't even mention my match against the Bear.
How dare they? That should be a marquee match.
They'll get the fans behind.
Yes, let's get the fans. Let's tweet it out, guys. Let's get this match going. Bernard the Bear versus Craig.
Apparently, Michael Chow loved your work in Fighting with My Family there, Craig. I didn't even know you were in that movie.
Yeah, I didn't even know I was in that movie. I was in that.
That's great.
I
God.
was playing the role as AJ Lee.
Oh.
Anyone noticed that? That was me.
Oh, that wasn't Selena Vega? That was you?
That was me, yeah.
Oh, okay.
AE Fandom says the Wrestling Observer is reporting that the website has already taken over 12,000 pre-sale requests, virtually guaranteeing the event will be an instant sellout. Well, I know Jimmy messaged me, already got his pre-code or whatever, and Kyle messaged me during the rally, and he said that it went down, right? You said the website went down, apparently?
They mentioned it twice on the rally that it went down. So, it's... Man, they could do a football stadium, and I guarantee they would sell out.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
They're testing the waters, though. They're testing it. They're going to move on from this. They're going to move. I guarantee you, for their big, when they find out what their Super Bowl event is going to be, I think they're going to test it out in a college football stadium first. Not pretty big, but not really, really big, because they kind of want to, they're feeling stuff out right now. Like, this is the first 2 events, right? Obviously, there's going to be a lot of hype behind it. They're kind of probably going to want to wait until later down the line when, it kind of stays adrift a little bit, kind of just, okay, we'll see where it goes once it takes off. You know, and obviously the takeoff is like the first couple of months and the first year or two is going to be really hot. But we'll see if people stick around. That's basically what they want to see. So.
Well, I heard they want to come into the UK as well at some point.
Good. It's something WWE doesn't do a lot, and it's something they could do different than WWE. Like, obviously, they want to be the alternative, so why not? I'm all for that.
It'd be great if they're down there. I'll definitely go see that.
I mean, NXT, from what I'm reading, and I'm pissing myself for not. I caught a little. I've been catching up a little bit with NXT UK, and that Takeover Blackpool was an unreal event. So, like,
Yeah,
the crowds are just so hot every single time. Like, they're never dead.
I get tickets for Blackpool as well.
I bet you that sold out pretty fast.
Yeah, most events at Blackpool do sell out fast.
So if AEW goes over there, I guarantee it'll sell just as fast, and they'll have a really good turnout. Because
Even when Ring of Honor came over here, that sold out quick as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Ring of Honor always sells out over here too. It's crazy. So, AEW, come to New York. I'm ready. Take my money. I wish I could go to Vegas. Like, it's just so damn expensive.
It is.
I looked it up. But I know Jimmy will be there. Jimmy, you gotta wear.
We probably
a shirt,
couldn't get
okay?
tickets. We'd have to go for resale, and the resale on them are going to be 3 times face value.
Oh yeah, that's just like even like the WrestleMania tickets that I've been looking at, or even the G1. Like, there's some crazy prices going on over there. So, but anyway.
So Craig,
Well, yes.
do you like my Marty Scurll prediction that he's going to be the one ending up to face Cody Rhodes?
Oh, I do actually like that.
Thank you.
Look, I'm not
Jimmy
saying
Havoc
like
in
I
his
wouldn't
corner.
like it. I didn't say I wouldn't like it. I mean, I just want him to come to AEW, so it doesn't really. I don't care who he fights. Just come to AEW. But no, that'd be good too. So, but I'm just seeing like it'd be like interesting, like him to come after MJF. So, we'll see.
See what happens. I've been enjoying being the Elite.
It's funny. Did you catch this week's episode?
Yeah, I can't believe how big Billy Gunn has got.
Yeah. You know why? There's a reason why he's not with WWE anymore.
Yeah.
He borrowed some of that ginger juice.
Yeah, they're all talking and say, "Yeah, you tell him that I said that."
Yeah, that was great. That was perfect. And they're like, say it in a nice, professional manner.
He took
Okay. Hangman, you're fat.
Oh my lord. Anyway.
That is
So,
brilliant, that show.
I don't know. So anything else, Craig, that you got to say?
Well, apart from the news that we're going to spill is Simon is actually going to go WrestleMania and flog the whole event for us.
Oh.
He'll be going.
Nice. Good for him. Good
And
for him.
I said I hope he's here Tuesday, or I'm going to training with him. Sid Scala's going to be there
Oh, nice.
of NXT, so hopefully I'll get an interview. But obviously, I know I'm not allowed to.
Oh.
Come on, you gotta get it. You gotta get it. Come on,
Can't-
it's all
I'm not allowed to
about
speak to him.
who's
He can't
getting.
speak to me apparently.
Just say you're working for Triple H.
Oh God.
I'm fighting a bear.
Yeah, I'm fighting Bernard the Business Bear. I'm credible.
There you go. Cuba Girl
Give
said
me an interview.
Cuba Girl said in chat, here's a good question. Why is Marty still in the opening? Coincidence. That's what I'm saying. And then Flip's in there too. So I'm telling you, I wrote Kyle this before. I was like, Flip's contract doesn't end until 2020. And like his career is all because of the Young Bucks and stuff. So I see eventually like him coming over later.
Yeah.
And Marty, I'm like, I need to start counting the days down, baby. I need to start counting the days.
Oh,
like,
man.
he's coming. He's coming. I don't care what everybody says. He's coming.
Flip Gordon's very big over here in the UK.
Wabbit?
Flip Gordon's huge
Oh,
in UK.
I love him. Like,
Yeah.
he's so nice. I met him. He was so sweet. Like, I met him at Final Battle in December. And all these guys, like, shoved me to, like, get to him. And I'm like, you guys are so rude. And then, like, I walked up to him, and he was like, hi, how are you? Thank you for waiting. Like, because we were marking out. We were in the parking
Damn
lot.
Marks.
Listen, Kyle, we're gonna be doing that when you're here. We're gonna be marking out. But he was really sweet. Like he's just a gentleman, you know. But good man, absolutely.
Marty and Flip take Japan.
Oof. So, twist. Cody versus The Undertaker at Double or Nothing? No. Stop it.
Wait. Cody first Goldust.
Okay, I'm done with all of you guys, okay? I'm done with all of you.
This is not WCW. We're not going to make the same mistakes.
Guys, get out of here.
Keep the old people away.
Goldust signs of AEW.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Let's see, WWE doing. They got Jeff Jarrett back in Kurt Angle. You know, they could throw in some olders.
Ugh, gross.
Billy Gunn.
Let's not talk about that noise over there, okay? Let's talk about the good stuff over here. So, Kenny Omega, this is going on. The Elite. So,
I see a comment earlier about him signing with them, and he said he should have chose WWE because he'll be fighting the same people he's been fighting for the last 6 years.
AEW, fresh start. We're changing the universe, right?
There'll be new matches. You give it time. Like,
yeah.
And then you get to see all these like new young indie people, which is great. So fresh stuff. Great tag team matches. Yep. I'm excited.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
Yes. Yep. So, but anyway, Craig, thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. So guys, like I said before, he runs the UK wrestling show for our network. Go check it out. Near Fall News UK. Episode 1 is up, and he's going to have episode 2 coming back this Tuesday. So, Craig, thank you very much for calling in to the All Elite podcast.
See you guys later. Have a good evening.
See you later, Craig.
Bye.
The Elite. The Elite.
Keep it, girl. Did you want to call in? Because I know you wrote me earlier, and you said that you were going to call in. So, call in. We have some fan tweets, Kyle.
Okay.
Let's go get them. Where are they?
Let's go get them.
Let's go get. Shut up.
You have like a mailbag, and you're just gonna reach in the mailbag and okay, here's the tweets.
Listen.
It's got the blue bird on it.
Where'd it go? I should have looked it up before.
Wow. It's a good thing that the press conference had their shit together.
You know, Kyle. You know, why are you gonna be so rude, okay? Why don't you get it, Mr. Hashtag, you know,
hashtag, you know?
All Elite Podcast.
Hello.
It's Cupid Girl.
Oh. Well, wait.
What?
Oh, God.
There's a warning label before you speak.
Oh, okay.
You mention anything about what you know I'm going to mention? You're fired. Fired. Dunzo, Cupid Girl. You're in the doghouse.
I think he needs to make a shirt. But anyway, go ahead, Cupid Girl.
So, like I was saying, before I was getting interrupted, I'm happy. I'm happy right now because I am so glad that Kenny's now in All Elite. He's finally happy.
Finally happy.
A lot of us are happy because of that. Oh my God. Because who actually sat there and thought that he was going to the WWE? Come on, let's be real here. Let's come back down to planet Earth. You know,
I'll raise my hand and go to the corner of shame. I seriously thought that he was, but I mean, now that he's in AEW, I'm not even mad at him. I mean, if he's happy to where he to be with his friends. I mean, I'm not even mad. And he can go wherever he wants. I'd be happy for him.
Yep. I mean, he could have signed with New Japan again, and I don't think people would have been pissed.
No. No. I wouldn't have been pissed, but they made a pact that they were all going to stay together. That's what I said.
The signs were all there.
Marty's coming.
Yeah, he was still in the Being the Elite episodes. Like same with Skrull. They're all like still in the intro. They're still doing stuff with Omega. I don't think they would be doing stuff with Omega if he was going to the WWE. Let's be real here. Let's again come back down to planet Earth. But now we can just stop talking about it. You know what I mean? Like now let's not let the rumor mill and everyone freaking out can calm the hell down. He's with AEW. He's with his friends. And bring on the matchups we're going to get in AEW. Bring it on.
Yes. Jericho versus Omega 2.
I love it.
Oh,
take my money.
Injecting into my veins.
Although there was a lot of people that didn't like the first match because again, this is their fault. You don't compare his match with Jericho to being the same thing you're going to get out of an Okada and Omega. Obviously, Okada and Jericho are two completely different style of wrestling. Like you're not going to get that same whatever Dave Meltzer wants to give star match. But they're still going to put up a good match. Jericho's still good and can still go for his age. And we saw what happened at the first time these guys wrestled. I mean, Kenya had to pull a lot of the work, but they put themselves over, and they did a good enough job on that New Japan Wrestle Kingdom match that it got. Oh, I think I'm pretty sure it got 5 stars. So for them to go at it again in an AEW environment with more creative freedom, it's going to be good. I can assure you guys it'll be good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. First match was amazing. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't have a problem with it. A lot of people did, and then there's people out there obviously that love to complain about everything because get off on it. But it was good. I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, but but the real thing is with Sonny Kiss. I love Sonny Kiss. And so it's just he was in Lucha Underground. I loved him. Like he is the best. Him and I think it was I don't remember his name, but he had a match at Lucha Underground that literally blew my mind about him. I really didn't even know about him until until he debuted. So
yeah, I had no idea.
Something.
I literally had no idea who he was.
Well, we're all gonna know who everybody is soon. Like you're gonna see all these people, and like I said, I'll probably research a little bit. I was looking stuff up while we were watching this, and I'm like, okay, where are you from or whatever. So, they gotta be good for them to be adding, these people.
Mm-hmm. It just proves that anybody can be a star. And Sonny Kiss is definitely going to be a star in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Watch a few his matches and from watching his matches in Lucha Underground, he is going to be a star in AEW. I can tell.
I think you know what I'm all for it. I mean, I liked his promo he gave. I think he showed a lot of charisma, and that's the one thing obviously that I have to get or I have to see in order for me to get fully behind someone is obviously their in-ring work. But if you're vouching for him saying his in-ring work was pretty good in Lucha, then we'll see how he does in AEW. I mean, AEW is the home of the creative freedom, so hopefully it's a pretty good match he has with someone.
Mm-hmm. I actually have a question for Cupid Girl because, I mean, she watches more of the stuff than me and Kyle do. And actually, my friend Brad brought this up, and then I wrote Kyle the other day about the Lucha Brothers. Now, Brad was telling me that with the Lucha Brothers that they can't officially sign with AEW because they're still under contract for 7 years with Lucha Underground, and that you never know when they're gonna come around and whenever they're gonna renew, I guess. But they can still work with other companies, but they still have their dates with Lucha Underground or MLW. Is that what it is? And it's Impact too, right? I think that was the other one that they're part of. Yes. So I was writing Kyle this, and I'm like, everybody was freaking out. It's like the Lucha Brothers signed. They didn't sign. There was nothing like that. There was a handshake. Okay, they showed up today. Mm-hmm. But I mean, okay, so they have a match at Double or Nothing, but they can't sign with AEW.
Yeah,
Okay.
they only have the match.
Right.
They're not really signed with AEW just yet. I mean, I know about them in Lucha Underground. Phoenix is in a storyline. It's in a storyline right now, and Pentagon's also in storyline with Mario and Martinez right now in Lucha Underground. So it's not time. I don't think it's their time yet to go to AEW just yet, but probably in the near future they will.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this will probably be their first match in AEW until Lucha Underground decides they're going to do another season or not. They'll probably keep on being a part of AEW, but not much.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool, like that they kind of have like this open door that they could like work with other people. So I like that they can, that they can do that.
It's gonna get the eyes on AEW.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bottom line is to get the new audience over for, the casual audience, the people that are used to the independent scene. Get everyone's eyes on AEW. So they're gonna want to work with a lot of companies to get going. So I love the partnerships they're doing with a lot of these independent companies. So the big one that I haven't seen yet is Ring of Honor. I haven't seen them say anything about partnering with Ring of Honor.
No, I think they said that they couldn't at this time. They said this like earlier in January that they weren't
okay, I did read this.
That they weren't going to work with New Japan and Ring of Honor right now, but maybe in the later future because it is their competition. All these guys, they were all, connected with the Ring of Honor and New Japan. So right now, like, you're kind of the competition right now, and Ring of Honor is starting to like fill up their roster, so that they don't feel the hurt of these guys leaving.
Right.
So, but yeah.
But like I said, if Lucha Underground, if they do another season or not, then they'll probably will go to AEW if they not doing a season. But if they are, then they're not going to be leaving anytime soon.
God, I want them to be with AEW.
Yeah.
Look, if you could get other people from like all over the place, and maybe eventually that they'll sign with AEW, but even this is just as good, So at least we're guaranteed different kind of matches, and I rather take that than like not have it at all. So
yeah, and the girls that Brandy had gotten, I seen their matches. I've seen one girl's Yaka's. I've seen one of her matches. She's very, very good. And so that's interesting for her.
I only heard of Kylie Ray. That was it. Even the girl that came out after her, I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
That's bad because I should start finding out. But yeah.
Well, that's what I said. We're gonna start looking it up because we don't know who they are. So eventually, like we'll. I was looking up really quickly, and like we were trying to get everything together for the podcast and stuff. So I couldn't look up like too much, but I did look up some stuff. AEW wants to make a deal. New Japan needs to make a deal with Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is pissed about All In turning into a promotion, so no time soon. Yeah. So
okay.
We'll see in the near. We'll see. Maybe later.
I'll get over it.
Whatever. Yeah, later down the line. So hey, look, if you can make more money, but hey, they're making good money as is. So we shall see. So
I'm waiting for the announcement of them signing Tessa Blanchard because I want.
Yes, I'm gonna mark out.
And I said this in the last episode. That is going to legitimize their women's division as soon as they sign Tessa Blanchard because she is sick. I've seen her live. I met her live. Really, really nice girl. She is going to literally legitimize that women's division when they sign her, and it's going to happen. Without a shadow of a doubt, she will sign with AEW. Again, it's just a matter of time, like you said.
Yeah, she still has Impact, so it'll probably be sooner rather than later.
If not, give us a one-off at a All In. Give us a match.
Take my money.
So, any final questions there, Cupid Girl?
Not really. I'm hoping Kenny has some good matches. I hope he doesn't have the same kind of matches, but I hope he has a good match.
I hope they have another like comedic match. 'Cause the one thing I remember from their first match was hilarious was if you ever watch matches in New Japan, the crowd always like the women in the crowd always like scream the wrestler's name at a high pitched voice. So they're all going Kenny, Kenny, like throughout the whole match. And then freaking Jericho at the one point was climbing the turnbuckle, turns to them and goes Kenny, Kenny. It just mocks them, and I don't know why. I seen that and I started howling. I was pissing myself laughing. It was just so funny. But yeah, I hope these guys, I don't hope they are going to have another match if this rematch is going to be true. So we don't know yet.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
According to AEW fandom, Tessa is signed 2 years with Impact, but the chances are very strong for a working agreement with AEW. Obviously, I hope so.
I hope so.
Let's get it done.
Tessa.
Bring it on. I'm ready. Anyway, thank you, Cupid Girl. You're amazing.
Your calls are always welcome here.
Yes.
Well, I bid you all adieu. Goodbye.
Bye.
And good night.
All right, so I found the questions. Okay.
All right.
From AEW fandom, who would you put on the front cover of the first AEW video game?
It'd be the picture of our thumbnail for today. Cody with the 2 Young Bucks.
Yeah. I don't know. You said Kenny Omega.
Yeah? Just him? Yeah. Okay. They're going to want, like, it's tough because I don't know if they're going to be the one company that has a singled out star that, is above everybody else like it would be with the Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they don't want to be. I don't know if they want to be that company or they want to be the company that everyone's their own star. There's going to be some big people. There's going to be some small people. There's not going to be that single person. To me, it would either be Cody and the Young Bucks or you include everyone in the Elite all on the same cover. It's tough. I can't for some reason I can't singly pick someone right now.
And yeah. Well, you could do I made the Cody and the Young Bucks. But yeah, if you had to do one, if you had to pick one, Kyle, who would it be?
That's not fair.
That's why I say Kenny Omega because he's huge right now.
Okay,
so,
I'll agree with Omega. Sure.
So, anyway, so yeah, we have a second question from him as well. If you could have a non-conditional buyout on an existing contract on any talent in any promotion to build AEW around, who would you pick and why?
Okay, repeat the question.
If you can have a non-conditional buyout on an existing contract on any talent in any promotion to build AEW around, who would you pick and why?
Velveteen Dream. It's either a Velveteen Dream because he's young, you can build around him because he's so young and he's so good for his age. If not, I would love to go with a Styles or Finn Balor, but they're all old at their point.
Yeah.
They're not.
I was thinking about that.
They're too far in their career, even like a Rollins. They're too far in their career. You need to pick someone young and who's good at being young right now. So like a Velveteen Dream, a Johnny Gargano. Gargano's been around for a bit, but definitely a Velveteen Dream for sure. But another promotion. I mean, Okada's kind of old, but I would pick maybe like a Okada or a Tanahashi, or it's tough because.
How about Zack Sabre Jr.?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love him.
But even with him being that good, Tiff, I'm still going with Velveteen Dream, 100%.
Okay. No, I think that's a really good pick, actually. Yeah. That or like you said, Johnny Gargano would be a good one as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zack Sabre Jr.
That's a good pick.
I like him, definitely. I just watched him in the New Japan this weekend. Yeah, he's completely growing on me.
Shit.
He's the shit.
He's the shit. Yeah.
Absolutely. think that was it. I don't think we got any more.
You said you had them all.
Yeah, there wasn't. That's what
Don't
I'm saying. There wasn't
lie.
really. There was two.
Don't lie.
Listen,
Don't.
don't
Lie.
Don't.
Don't lie.
What? Don't be basic. Yeah, I think that was it.
That's okay. And I think we went through the news, and that's okay.
Oh, yeah, keep it going. Jay White. He's another one. He's going to be a little fucking beast. He's 23 years old. I looked him up the other day. He's 23.
Who's that?
The Switchblade.
Ah, Switchblade, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Jay White, yeah.
Yes. I couldn't, yeah.
I still pick a Velveteen Dream.
You know what?
Do both those guys and have them battle it out to see who the top guy is. There you go.
White, I think Cuba Girl.
That'll be match of the century. If Jay White ever faced Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, make it happen. AEW, make it happen. Make it happen.
Damn. In the words of Ron Simmons. Damn.
I think there was another call that wants to like come in and call. So you can call on in if you want. But yeah, yeah, Switchblade. He's young. You can mold him.
Man, Jay White versus Velveteen Dream. That'd be a sick match. Oh, we have another call.
I can't.
Welcome to the All Elite Podcast.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
We got Brenda.
Oh, it's Brenda.
Hi.
What is going on?
Brandy.
So I've been
Hold
listening
up.
to your podcast and watching you guys, on YouTube. Tiffany, you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kyle, you still look basic, but I love you anyway.
Basic.
But I just have one quick statement, and I want to see if Kyle and yourself agrees with me.
I know what you're going to say. Choose your words, or this will be the last phone call you ever do on this podcast.
Well, I mean, I know that you guys are like big into like the Ring of Honor stuff, and
Okay.
The villain and such, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, would you both agree to consider hashtag fuck the finest?
He's gonna kill Vampire now. Sorry, Kyle. Oh Lord. Okay.
Kyle.
Kyle's done with me. I didn't tell her to do that.
No comment.
That was on her own. So
This is all me. Fuck the finest.
You just confuse everybody that don't know who Kona Reeves is. That's fine. So that's not my problem.
Yeah.
oh Lord. Anyway.
Hey, look here. I will get my really good English friend to come back up in your podcast next week.
Oh God.
I feel like I'm new here, but fuck the finest.
Oh my God.
Well, thank you ever so much for your phone call.
Oh God. All right.
Much appreciated, Brandy.
Bye. Oh my Lord. It said it hung up.
Now, Tiffany. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiffany controls the switchboard here, so you're wondering why she's saying she's fired. She's the one to let that call in. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
Back to more important things, like this podcast. Okay. We've gone through news, gone through tweets, guys. We went through the whole rally. So thanks for tuning in. So basically, the next episode will probably be sometime, probably next week when more news starts to build up. Because basically, we don't want to keep doing ones every other day, or else we're gonna sit here and ramble on about the same things every day. Kind of want to let some news and rumors kind of build up out there, and then wait for a chunk of it to come out. Then we'll drop one randomly. Just like the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes showing up randomly to random independent scenes, we are going to randomly show up with an episode of the All Elite podcast, especially when we have some news. And if it's big enough, we'll do a quick, we'll jump on as soon as possible. But if it's just little news, we'll kind of wait a couple days, let it build up, and then we'll come back with another episode. So
that's why it's important. Make sure you subscribe to No Holds Barred Network. Turn that bell on and follow us on Twitter.
Right
Facebook,
down there. See down there? You
Instagram.
can see it says at All Elite Pod. If you're listening to us on the go on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, or Spotify, All Elite Pod on Twitter, guys. You can follow us on there. You can follow us on Facebook, and you can follow us on Instagram. All 3 major social media platforms we are located on. We are also, again, available on YouTube, youtube.com/NHBWR. And we are also available on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, and Stitcher Radio. All links will be posted in the description box down below on YouTube for all y'all, as well as our personal social media accounts on Twitter. Mine at Real Kyle Masters. Tiffany's at Loves to Dream 82. Give us a follow on there. And if you guys ever want to tweet into the show any questions you want us for the next episode, it can be about anything. You don't have to wait until the show to tweet at us. You can tweet us anytime you want or DM us. Use the hashtag #AllElitePod and then include it in your tweet, and then we'll make sure to read it out on the next episode. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning into this episode, which is episode 7 of the All Elite podcast, titled Double or Nothing, and we went over the Double or Nothing rally for tonight, man. Amazing rally, big announcements for the All Elite podcast, and so we're hoping for some bigger news coming up in the next couple of weeks here, and leading into May into the big Double or Nothing pay-per-view, which we'll be doing predictions for. We'll do a big, I'm guessing what I really want to do, I meant to talk to Tiff about this, to do a big prediction show with you guys out there, a live prediction show, and maybe do some contests during that live prediction show. So and hopefully by then we'll have our All Elite merch up. Maybe one of the prizes will be an All Elite podcast t-shirt. So we'll see what happens when that time comes. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode, and thank you for all the callers who called in today. I am your host, as always, the host of the All Elite podcast and the CEO of the No Holds Barred Network, Kyle Masters, and I'm always joined by my beautiful co-host. She is Tiffany at Loves to Dream 82 on Twitter, guys, and we'll see you next time for the next episode.